What up? It's your boy Corey B. So we are all using more and more hashtags. We're using hashtags to try to stay connected. Feel like some people utilize them to generate more traffic. Some people utilize them just to feel like they're connected to something that's bigger because we relate to each other because we all have the same hashtag, things like that. It's a like I said, sometimes it's a marketing thing. You're trying to generate more traffic to your post, to your social media, to your website or whatever it may have you. But a lot of people just utilize them for a pure psychological, ego boost. Like I said, we're all connected because we all have the same, hashtag. Okay, so there's a particular hashtag that I've had a problem with because it has just become so prevalent. I mean, when I look on, my Facebook stream or, it's frequently trending on Twitter, anywhere. It's just all over the place. And that's the struggle is real. And the reason I have a problem with this is because it's not only is it just so obvious, but it's just so negative. It really is. And some people don't realize. I don't think they really take stock of what they're saying. But I am not pointing a finger at anybody. I know I'm probably going to get called out by this, by probably some of my friends and family and people who are close to me. But it's just one of those hashtags that, like I said, it just bothers me. It just rubs me the wrong way. To me, it's not the struggle that's real. It's the hustle that's real. That's what needs to be real. It's your hustle, not your struggle. Because everybody's going to go through obstacles. Life has problems. Life has challenges. I said it recently in one of my posts, and I've heard my pastor say it many times. I mean, it's a real thing. It's if you're not in a storm, you're on your way into one. There's an ebb and a flow in life. There's an ebb and a flow in business. Whatever you're going through right now, things may be good, and it's like, okay, well, things are going great, and things are going fine, and I don't particularly see a struggle, but you're aware of a struggle because you've had a struggle before. And if you're in the middle of a struggle or, a conflict or, one of the trials and tribulations of life, then you feel like you relate to somebody or somebody feels like they relate to you because the struggle is real. It's like, man, it's just you got to have a better attitude. You got to have a better outlook on things. Because as long as you have this negative perspective on it, constantly calling things a struggle, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, with this pandemic and people being at home from work, people being, having their children at home, and some people are not as fortunate and like me and the boys, we're in a particular situation where I'm able to Corey's got his teacher and the entire school. They're doing all online learning, but it's not like he's being homeschooled. He's actually doing Zoom classes with his teacher. I mean, I'm having to give him his assignments and things like that, but the teacher is in constant contact every day, multiple times a day. I can always reach her, and not just his direct teacher, but his other teachers, his music teacher, his coach, all these people. They're actively. I mean, his coach sends him videos of workout plans and stuff. I mean, he's in kindergarten, but like I said, not everybody is in this situation. There's a lot of people who are dealing with a lot more obstacles, and they're having to actually sign up to K through 12 online homeschool and things like that. And some people are having to formulate their own curriculums and things like that. And it's so I get it. Right now is a particular time where people are looking at things and they're like, man, this is hard and this is a challenge. But like I've continued to encourage everybody since I've started on this quest of daily posts. I've started on a quest of daily posts since we've been going through this for the past several weeks. So hopefully you've been tuning in. If you haven't, be sure and hit that subscribe button now and ding your bell so it'll notify you every time I post something new. So that way you can stay tuned. And I've been posting stuff of what I'm doing, tips and things like that, and just my daily, advice on, because I do business coaching and life coaching. So I give tips and advice on my YouTube channel, just to kind of help give people perspective But also, I post videos of my boys doing stuff because to me, my boys are just inspiration. My boys are they inspire me. It's a way for my family to see them. It's a way for my followers to see them. It's a way for people to see that my boys are doing stuff, and not just my boys are doing stuff, but my boys are a huge part of who I am and where I'm going. They build me up and lift me up on a daily basis, and and I talk about them frequently because I think they're a huge inspiration for why I want run my business the way I do, and why I'm developing things in the direction that I am. It's because of them. And it's because of my family, and it's because I talk about my mom. I talk about Kimberly. It's like I said, it's just important to have perspective. And so for me, when the challenges come, it's another opportunity to rise up. I've continued saying that phrase so much throughout this whole thing. And my very first video, when I talked to y'all and I said, you know what, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to be right here with y'all. I'm going to give y'all daily motivation, daily tips and advice, and I'm going to just give it to you every day, just new content, just because I want us to rise up together. I want us to rise up as a community, as a society, as a people. It's like we don't need to be broken by this. We don't need to be, hindered and stifled. I mean, I get it. There are walls being put in our way, in our path right now, but that doesn't define who we are. There's always walls. Some of them are not as obvious as the ones right now with the COVID and, this pandemic and people being out of work and, like I said, kids being home. And it's like there's new challenges. Man, I mean, me working from home, I'm used to hours a day of being able to, do what I do. And now I've got Corey at home, and it's not just like I can sit him down and say, okay, well, here's your assignments, just do it. No, he needs my help. He needs my attention. So that is new challenges, but it's not a struggle. Not to me. That's not the way I view it. To me, I look at it as a new opportunity for me and Corey to bond. Today, I look at it as a new opportunity for Colton to be following in Corey's footsteps. I mean, Colton's right there with him, and Corey's in kindergarten, like I said, and Colton, he'll be in kindergarten next year, but Colton's sitting there watching as Corey does his math programs and his reading programs and his word associations and his writing. I mean, and Colton's like, oh, well, how do you do this, or how do you do that, or hey, can I get on Dreambox with you? Can I? And Dreambox is an online math game. So he'll do this stuff, and Colton is gonna be so far ahead of the game come next year, having gone through this, you know. So like I said, I mean, I'm aware that a lot of people are facing real problems right now, but I'm also aware that we're always facing real problems. These real problems aren't isolated because we have this pandemic. It's not something new, it's something different. So life is going to constantly have obstacles and walls and struggles and conflicts and challenges, and we're bigger than those. We got to overcome those. We can't let those define us or break us. Otherwise, that's where we'll continue to be. I know so many people that I've, family members and friends that I've known throughout my life, and acquaintances that have just like, they constantly had a reason for not coming up and rising up, and just meeting the obstacle or the challenge head on, and they just allowed it to be what broke them and defined them, and they're just like, oh, well, this is the life that I'm going to have because, my job doesn't permit me to have a better life. Well, okay, so find a better job. Well, this job works, or, this is just where I'm at right now. Okay, is it where you're at right now? Or is it where you're going to stay? I mean, it's understandable. There's, all of us go through that, this is the place where we are right now. We've all gone through right now. But are you going to let right now define who you are as a person, as an individual, as a ambassador, a soldier for your family? You got to be more than that. You truly do. Like I said, not just for your family, but for yourself. You deserve better. Some of us are, some of us have families. Some of us are single. Some of us have children. Some of us have a spouse. Some of us, have, our older family, aunts or uncles or grandparents or something who kind of need our help. They depend on us because they're just not in a position to care for themselves anymore. And, they cared for us, and we can be there for them. like I said, ultimately, whatever it is, there's endless reasons for you to come up, rise up, develop, and become better than where you are. And that goes true for really no matter where you are, no matter how progressed you are and what your station is in life. There's always more. There's always better. Like I said, me and Kimberly have been pretty established for a good while now. Um, got a business that's thriving and doing well and things like that. And Kimberly is an incredibly successful nurse. I mean, she's got multiple facilities and agencies throughout Austin that are, and in the surrounding area, Georgetown, Pflugerville, San Antonio, just different places that are all around here. That Kyle, man, golly, there's just so many places around here that request her as a nurse and want her services, and she's got quite the reputation for herself. But she's not satisfied that that's it. This isn't it. There's always more, and I'm proud of her for continuing to strive for more and try to be a better nurse. And every day, sometimes, just me being her husband, me just being, a husband who wants to protect her and care for her and just make sure that, she's okay. Like sometimes I'm like, man, you're working too hard, or, it's they're taking advantage of your willingness and your kindness and this and that. But ultimately, at the same time that I want to shield her and protect her, I'm proud of her, because she cares about her reputation. She cares about her job. She cares about her patients. She feels like, this is where God put her. God has placed her as a nurse, as a caretaker, as someone who's going to be there for people when they're in their time of need. That's, what God has put on her heart, as that's what he wants her to be. And so that's good. And I know that she gets a lot of her work ethic from her daddy. Her daddy was always just such a strong, do anything to get the job done kind of guy, and that's who he raised her to be. And so she's like that. And like I said, I look at Corey, and he's just growing up, and he's just such a little guy. But I have his teachers, just commend him. His Sunday school teacher, you know, um, his kindergarten teacher, his Sunday school teacher has frequently told me many times how they'll be doing this or that, and she's like, for his age, he's incredibly thoughtful and mindful and, problem solving oriented. They'll be trying to do something, and he's like, oh, there's a better way that we could clean this up. There's a more efficient way that we could do this or that. And he will take lead over his fellow classmates. And I'm proud of him. I'm inspired by my own kids. They inspire me to be better. So that's what I want y'all to take away from this is, yeah, there's struggles. There is struggles. But don't let it define you. Don't let it break you. Let's stop hashtagging struggle as real just because, not that the struggle's not real, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the positivity. Let's focus on, know what I did today, know what I accomplished today. It's like I hustled with my son. I helped my daughter, me and my husband, my wife, we overcame this. Like, just putting out a vibe of overcoming rather than struggling, That's what I want y'all to take away from this. So, I hope y'all got some good vibes from this. I hope y'all have a great day. It's a little gloomy out here in Texas today. It's a little rainy. It's a little gloomy. They said it's supposed to warm up later today, but I don't know. We'll see. But wherever y'all are at, I hope, even if the sun ain't shining, I hope you can shine on somebody else's life. So y'all just stay positive. Keep putting those good vibes out here, and let's help each other rise up. All right. Like I said, I got nothing but love and respect for all of y'all. If this touched a spot for y'all, hopefully it inspires you to be more positive, but don't take it as me criticizing, because that's not who I am. I'm not dogging anybody out. Alright, until next time, it's your boy Corey B. I'm out.